Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to another Glacial Geek Battle Report. I am Phil, the Glacial Geek, coming to you here from Savannah Lion Games in Pooler, Georgia, where I'll be fighting a 2,000-point battle between my brand new... Those dice there are actually going to be Genestealer Cult. So the brand new Genestealer Cult from the Psychic Awakening, the Greater Good book. Up here, we are going to be playing against the Eldar, who are going to be using their new books rules from the Psychic Awakening, from which one? The Lord of the Blood of the Phoenix book that they have, that they came out there. So, or no, Rise of the Phoenix, yeah, whatever it is, the Phoenix one. So we're going to be seeing some of those rules in there. So it should be a good mission. We are going to be playing the Crusade mission. Essentially, there are 6 objectives on the table here. And with starting on the second round, for every objective that you control at the beginning of your turn, you score a victory point, and whoever has the most at the end of the game wins. Pretty simple. Slay the Warlord, first strike, line breaker, all that fun stuff included there. So the story that we've got going on here is that the Eldar have newly arrived on this planet, wanting to bring it back. It used to be of great significance to them, and they were reconquering it after a lot of the world had fallen to ruin. But when they arrived, it turns out that the desperate peoples of this planet, this had become a mining facility for the Imperium, and when they arrived, it turned out to be infested with a Genestealer cult that had been rising up against the Imperial forces here. So when they arrived and took care of the Imperial forces, they then found themselves fighting off against the Genestealer cult that were also on this planet. So that's the story. That is the mission. Before we go any further, though, let's show you the 2 armies that are going to be fighting it out. So for the Genestealer Cult, I'll be running 2 battalion detachments. Leading off the first battalion detachment, we have a Magus, a Patriarch, and a Primus. We have 3 Acolyte hybrid squads. We have 1 6-man with hand flamers. We have 1 5-man bare bones. And we have 1 20-man squad with an icon and 5 heavy rock saws. We have a Sanctus with a biodagger and a Clamavis. We have a Kellermorph. We have 2 Goliath rock grinders with clearance incinerators and cache of demo charges. For the second battalion detachment, I'll have a Patriarch and an Abominant. We have 2 10-man neophyte hybrid squads. Each squad has a mining laser and a grenade launcher, and we have a 10-man Brood Brothers squad with 2 flamers. We have a Clamavis and a Sanctus with a sniper rifle. And last but not least, we have 2 8-man aberrant squads, 1 with hammers and 1 with picks. So for the Eldar, he'll be running a battalion detachment and a vanguard detachment. Leading off the vanguard detachment, we have a Farseer. We have a 6-person Banshee squad with an executioner on the Exarch. We have a 5-man Fire Dragon squad. The Exarch has a fire pike. We have a 6-man striking Scorpion squad. The Exarch has a Scorpion's claw. Then for the battalion detachment, leading it off, we have an Avatar of Cain, a Farseer, and an Autarch on a bike. We have 2 10-man Dire Avenger squads. 1 squad has an Exarch with a Power Glaive and Shimmer Shield. The other has an Exarch with 2 Avenger Shuriken catapults. We have a 20-man Guardian squad with a Star Cannon and a Shuriken Cannon. We have a 10-man Swooping Hawk squad. The Exarch has a Hawk's Talon. We have a 9-man Warp Spider squad. The Exarch has 2 Death Spinners. We have 2 Wave Serpents. Both of them have Twin Scatter Laser, Shuriken Cannon, Crystal Targeting Matrix, and Spirit Stones. And last but not least, we have a Crimson Hunter Exarch with Pulse Laser and 2 Bright Lances. All right, so going over deployment here for the Eldar, he's got his Crimson Hunter Exarch on the side over here. He's got his Howling Banshees over here. We've got a Wave Serpent. Inside of there is one of the Dire Avenger squads and a Farseer. We've got the Avatar of Cain along with his Autarch on his bike there. We've got another Wave Serpent. Inside of there is going to be the other Dire Avenger squad with the other Farseer. And then back in the corner over here, we have his, what are they called? The Swooping Hawks. The Swooping Hawks. In Deep Strike, he has his Warp Spiders, his Striking Scorpions, and then he spent CP to put the Guardian Squad into Deep Strike as well. As for the Genestealer Cult, we are all blips right now. So we have about half my army is on underground, and the other half is up here on the table here. But as of right now, the Eldar are going to be going first, unless I can seize the initiative. Looking for a 6. Show me that fill first. No, with a 5, I do not. So we will come back to you after movement phase for the Eldar here on turn 1. All right, movement phase for the Eldar here on turn 1. His Dire Avengers disembarked along with the Farseer, and then the Wave Serpent moved up after them. These guys advanced up over here, the Fire Dragons, with their getting a really good roll on their advance up this way. He vector danced and then came back over this way. The Avatar of Cain just moved up, right? He didn't advance. He just moved up over here. They stayed back over there in that back corner there, right? The what are they called? Howling Banshees. These guys also disembarked, moving on to this objective over here, and he followed up behind them with the Wave Serpent. And the Swooping Hawks went back up into the sky to deep strike down next turn. So, and then, of course, I had to show where my guys came out. So I had a squad of neophytes come up over here on this objective. I've got my Rock Grinder over here with the 5-man squad inside. We've got my Dude Bro over here that popped up here. We'll come back and talk to you about him in a second. We then have another 10-man squad of neophytes that popped up over here, and the other Rock Grinder with the 6-man squad of the Hand Flamers inside over here. And that is going to be it for... and then the 2 Aberrant squads and the Patriarch I had on the table, I spent 1 CP to put them back into Underground. So that's where they are. But when he popped up here, I declared that I was going to use Perfect Ambush to allow him to shoot. So he is going to fire into his Farseer over here. So I will be hitting on a 2. That is a hit. I do have +2 to my shot because of the gift from beyond, which is the relic that I gave him there. So this is going to be, he's toughness 3, so he's going to be wounding on 2s, giving a mortal wound on a 4+. Nope, that's just going to be a, what's his damage? What's his wounds he's got? He's got 4 wounds? He's got 5 wounds. I'm just going to let that one go. So he did have that. So that's going to be AP -1 on this one. Invulf save 4 up. Does not make it. So that's going to be D3 damage. Doing 1 damage. I'm going to spend a CP to reroll that. Back into 1 damage. But because he's a Psyker and took damage from the rifle, he also suffers Perils of the Warp. So he will suffer D3 damage as well. Oh, on a 2-up, he ignores Perils of the Warp.
D3 first.
D3 is going to be 2 damage, and then ignoring on a 2-up because of Perils of the Warp, he ignores both of those. So he will take 1 damage. So the first thing we're going to do in the Psychic phase now is he's going to cast Doom onto my Neophytes over here. On a 10, it will go off. And then he is going, this Farseer is going to cast Guide onto his Dire Avengers over here. On a 3, it will not go, but he gets to reroll. 5 will still not go off. And now he's going to try to cast Fortune onto that same squad, favoring the bold with a 7. All right, so now his Dire Avenger squad here is going to start us off in the shooting phase by shooting into my Neophytes over here. He chose his own craft world, which gives him +4 inches to shuriken weapons and allows him to ignore cover, which is pretty good, especially in this situation since that's what he needed to hit them, and they're going to ignore cover. So here we go. These are going to be hitting on 3s. And these will be wounding on 3s, re-rolling because of Doom.
Working. They keep messing her schedule.
Alrighty.
Well, no, she's
not bad. Alright, so 2 of them are an AP -3 ignoring cover, so that's going to be 2 dead for sure. And then we have 9 5-up saves because of just ignoring cover, so the regular armor. And I make 3 of them, which means that 6, 7, 8 of my guys are dead. Woof. And now his Wave Serpent is going to fire into that same squad over here. So what are we going to do first? Shuriken Cannon first. So that is going to be 1 hit. Strength.
Rerolling 1s.
Rerolling 1s because of his Watark over there. So that's going to be 2 hits. Strength 6, so 2s to wound. That is going to be rerolling 1s because of Doom. So that's going to be 2 wounds there. AP, nothing. So we like 5-up saves since he ignores cover. Failed 1, made 1. And now the scatter lasers. Rerolling 1s.
Closest, so I ignore the moving fire.
They are the closest, so ignoring the moving and firing heavy.
And then 2s.
And then 2s to wound.
So 6 at no AP.
6 at no AP. So I need to make all 6 of these 5-up saves, or he is dead.
Yahtzee.
Yeah, no, he did. And that is first strike. All right, so now this squad here of Dire Avengers is going to fire into my Rock Grinder. We're going to have 22 shots there because the Exarch has the double gun thing there. John Wooin up here. This squad, he did take the rule that you can change it out on these Aspect Warriors. He has it so that they on 6s they count as 2 hits for them, which is pretty good. So here we go. These are going to be hitting on 3s. Re-rolling ones because of the whatchamacallit, the Autarch over there within range. All right. So we have 25 hits on those 22 shots, which is cool. What's the strength on these? 4, so looking for 5s to wound. Alrighty, we'll come back to that. Alright, so he has 4 that are at AP -3, 4 that are at AP nothing. So the AP -3 are going to go through the armor, but then the 4 that are at AP nothing are going to be 4-up saves. I make 2 of those, so that's going to be a total of 6 wounds that go through. Now I have a 6-up rugged construction ignoring wounds roll to make down. And I ignored none of them, so he's down to 4. His Exarch over here can see and has line of sight on, or a range line of sight into my Rock Grinder over here. So he's going to roll his shot here. Re-rolling ones. That is going to be a hit. Strength 8, so looking for 3s to wound. That is a wound. AP -4, so that's going to go straight through. D6 damage. 4 damage, so we got 4 6-up rugged construction ignoring wounds here. And I ignored none of them, so down to 6. And now his Exarch, Crimson Hunter Exarch, is going to fire the 2 pulse lasers over to this one, and then the Bright Lance into this guy over here. I got that right? Okay.
1 pulse laser, 2 bright.
1 pulse laser, 2 bright. So 1 pulse laser here. Dang it! 1 pulse laser here.
Get it right,
2 Bright Lances over here. I knew I was going to mess it up. Seriously, you've said it like 3. You have said it 3 times, and I was like, cool. Here's the opposite of what's going to happen. Every time I knew it was going to happen. Seriously, get it together. Come on, Phil. All right, so which one are we doing first? The pulse laser first. Hitting on 2s. That's 2 hits because of the Exarch power that he took. So he he ignores the moving and firing. He also he gave them the special power that they can choose, and he also spent the CP to keep his other one in addition to it. So he's got both of those special powers, which is pretty good. And then strength 8, so 3s to wound. That is going to be 2 wounds. AP -3 is going to go straight through my armor. 3 damage apiece. So we've got 6 damage into this Dubro over here. He's only got 4 wounds left. So I need to make 3 6-up fill faces to ignore those wounds.
Do it.
So far, I've ignored 0 with the 2. So I think I'm due for a couple. Let's see. Come on. 3 fill faces. Do it, baby. No, I got 1. So he is going to be dead. Doesn't matter if he explodes because of whatever's there. So does the squad? Nobody dies in the squad, which is good. Oh, now the fill faces are coming out. Cool. Thank you, Dice. Appreciate that one. So he is dead. And now the Bright Lance shots are going to be coming into my other Rock Grinder over here. So he's going to have 2 shots on 2s, re-rolling 1s. Whoa. That's a hit, so that's going to be 2 hits. Strength, looking for 3s to wound. Strength 8. That's 2 wounds. AP -4, so that's definitely going to go through my armor here. So the first, these are going to be D6, 9 damage over here. Okay, let's see. He's got 6 wounds, so I need to make 4 fill faces on these 9 dice. Can he do it? I need to see some fill faces. Come on, buddy. Showing those fill faces. Again, 1. So, no, he is definitely dead. Does he explode, though? Because this one can hurt some people. Okay, I was going to really be upset if I saw a fill face on that one, so I'm glad that didn't happen. And then I've got my 5-man squad inside. And one of them twists an ankle getting out. Cool. And now his Wave Serpent over here is going to fire into my guys over here. These guys are actually closer to him, but he cannot see him, so he can't target him. So his crystal targeting matrix is not going to help him over here with the heavy weapon. So this is going to be the scatter lasers. So these are going to be hitting on 4s because of the fact that they were heavy. So 2 hits, 2s to wound. That is going to be 2 wounds. AP nothing. So but they do ignore cover still, right? It's everything ignores cover. So these are going to be 5-up saves. And I make them both. Woo! And now the Shuriken Cannon is going to fire. Hitting on 3s. That's going to be 2 hits. 2s to wound. That is 1 wound. No AP. And he's good with a fill face. All right, and that's going to be it for the Eldar turn here on turn 1. So we'll come back to you after movement phase for the Genestealer Cult on turn 1. My opponent's actually going to spend a CP for Fire and Fade. I didn't give him a chance to do that. So he moved over there onto the objective because he had accidentally moved away from it. All right, movement phase for the Genestealer Cult. These guys shuffled over here trying to get some blocking line of sight. He stood still up over here. This squad of acolytes moved up towards these guys, and these neophytes stood still where they are. So that is going to be it for the movement phase. We will come back to you with the shooting phase. All right, so now my Sanctus up here is going to fire into his Farseer again. Let's see what he can do. Hitting on a 2. That is a hit. Wounding on a 2 because of the +2 to wound. 4+ doing a mortal wound. Oh, buddy. I'm gonna have to re-roll that. Buddy. I got a T-shirt for that one. That is something else. Oof, buddy. All right, so now my dude bros here are gonna fire their auto pistols into his fire dragons. That's going to be 1 hit. That is a wound. Regular save. No, 1 will be dead. All right, so the mining laser is this squad's going to fire in here. The mining laser is going to go first. It's going to have 1 shot here with the mining laser hitting on a 4. That is a hit, strength 9, so 3 to wound. That is not a wound. Crack grenade from the grenade launcher is not going to be a hit. We've got 8 auto gun shots coming in over here. These are going to be hitting on 4s, sorry. Hitting on 4s. There we go. That's how you do that. They know how to hit. But now strength 3, so 6s to wound. Fill faces, none. No fill faces whatsoever. All right, so that's it for the shooting phase. Into the assault phase, my 4-man acolyte squad here is going to charge into his spicy boys over here. So we're going to have Overwatch from them. That is going to be no hits there. And the Exarch is also not going to hit. I was really worried about that, I'm not going to lie. So here comes their charges. They're just inside of 6 inches over here. And I can't. I need my last 3 CP for something else. Ooh, that was painful. Alrighty. That's it for the Genestealer Cult turn here. We will come back to you after movement phase for the Eldar on turn 2. Yeah. Movement phase for the Eldar here on turn 2. His fire dragons moved up over here. These guys just kind of shuffled around. His Avatar of Cain moved up over this way. His Howling Banshees advanced up the board towards the middle over here. These guys kind of all stood still. They think they shuffled around a bit, but they're kind of happy where they're at over there. And then his Crimson Hunter Exarch flew up here and vector danced, so he's over here. Looking at my poor guy with the cloak over here. That doesn't mean anything because he ignores cover pretty good. And then he stood still. I don't know if I showed that. He stood still. And then these guys dropped in over here, 9 inches away from my neophytes. When they drop in over here, they get to drop bombs essentially on these guys over here. They will roll a d6 for every model in my unit up to the number of models in his unit. So there's 10 and 10, so you get to roll 10 dice. He also took their power, switched out the +1 leadership, and took +1 to this dice roll, so he's going to be on 5-ups that they're going to be taking mortal wounds over here.
Call the Gat Band because you drop a bomb on me.
Dropping a bomb. Ooh, that is a fair number of 5s and 6s. So 5 mortal wounds dropped in over here. Statistically a little more than a third, but into the psychic phase now. His Farseer here is going to cast Executioner onto my dude bros over here. So that's going to go up. Well, 7. He does well. 1 second. All right, so he did perils there. Because he said it was cocked, so he said that's what he had thought it was. So very good sportsmanship on that behalf of my opponent over there. So he does peril there. So he's going to do D3, so 1, but he gets to ignore it on a 2+. Oh, he takes a wound. All right, that's what you get for being a good sport. Lesson learned: don't be a good sport. But then he did go off. The power did go off here. So D3 mortal wounds. So 3 mortal wounds.
Because I killed a model, I do another D3.
And because he killed a model in the unit, is another D3, which is another 3. So 1, 2, 3, carry the 4, square root of 5. Yeah, they're dead. And now he's going to cast Doom onto my dude bro over here. I'm going to re-roll it. Re-roll it because it does not go off on a 6. So it will definitely not go off on a 4. And then his Farseer here is going to guide his dude bros on this side. That will go off on a 7, and then he is going to cast Fortune onto these guys over here. That will not go off on that, but he's going to reroll that 1 into an 8, and that is good. Now his fire dragons here are going to start us off in the shooting phase. One guy is going to shoot into these guys because he's closer. The other 3 are going to fire into Dude Bro up over here. So what are we going to do first? The one guy over there. That is a hit. That is a wound, and that is a dead Dude Bro. And then we have the 2 regular that are going to go into my Dude Bro up over here. That's going to be 2 hits. Exarch is also going to be hit, so that's going to be 3d6 damage. Oh, this guy's got a wound, sorry. On 2s, so that's 2 wounds, so 2d6 damage. That is going to be 8 damage. Yeah, he is dead. All right, so now this squad is going to fire into my neophytes over here. This is going to be the first half of the shots with the las blasters. I'll come back to that. 4s to wound. And then 4s to wound. You got 7 5-ups. Made 0 of them. They are dead. And then my guys over here are going to get shot at by his Dire Avengers over here. What is it? 7 guys can see, but including his Exarch with the 2 guns. So that's going to be 16 shots total over here, hitting on 3s. Rerolling 1s. Oh, rerolling everything because of God. I forgot about that. Alrighty. Alright, so that was 20 hits of 16 shots since the 6s count as 2 hits over here. These are going to be wounding on 3s. Alright, so we got 2 6s, so that's going to be 2 guys that are going to be dead because of AP -3, ignoring cover. And then we have 10 5-up saves to make over here. And I make 2 of them. So that's still 2 more than I got in the last set of saves. But not enough to save the squad. They are dead. All right, so that is going to be it for the Eldar turn here on turn 2. Not because he chooses to end it, but because he literally has nothing else to shoot at on the table. They're all dead. So you can't charge things that aren't there. You can't shoot things that aren't there. So, yeah, he wiped me. If this was a different mission, I would be dead right now because with boots on the ground. But sudden death rule is not in effect on this mission. Got him. That's it. Got him. So we will come back to you after movement phase for the Genestealer Cult here on turn 2. All right, so a little in between in the middle of the movement phase here, when I deep struck my Dude Bros over here, my opponent spent 2 CP for forewarned because they are within line of sight of his Farseer. His Dire Avengers now are going to fire into my guys over here with their full ballistic skill. So here we go. These are going to be hitting on 3s. No rerolls. So here we go. And then these are strength 4, so 3s to wound. Alrighty, we'll come back to that. Alright, so we had 1 6, so it's going to be a dead guy, plus 8 5-up armor saves. Making 2 of them. So that means that I have 6, 7 guys are going to be dead. Movement phase for the Genestealer Cult here. Everything's coming in from Deep Strike, so just letting you know all that. We have my Kellermorph dropped in over here, outside of 9 inches from these 2 here. Over here, my Aberrants with the picks dropped in 9 inches away from these guys. The Climavis dropped in behind them. Over here, we have my Magus and my 2 Patriarchs dropping in over here, 9 inches away from them, along with a Brood Brothers squad and my Sanctus with the Biodagger. He's actually got the Relic Biodagger. I spent CP to give him that. Over here, these guys, I spent the my last 3 CP for Perfect Ambush, and they moved up 5 inches closer to these guys over here. So I did take all those wounds in Overwatch, or in not Overwatch even, just in the in my movement phase. But still, there's plenty to hit over here, which is pretty good. Over here, I have my Aberrant squad with the hammers, as well as my Abominant, who I spent 1 CP with a new, at the beginning of the game, I spent it on, he has a new rule that allows him to have his ability increased to 9 inches instead of just 6 inches. So even if he fails his charge, he should be in range of those guys. And a Climavis dropped in with them. I also spent the CP on my Magus over here to give him the ability to, it allows him to cast 2 powers, and he gets +1 to his power for every other occult psyker that is near him. So he's going to have +2 with these 2 guys over here, which is pretty nice. I should also point out that I made my own cult with the new rules from the Psychic Awakening book. Essentially, all of my guys get to reroll 1s in the close combat when they charge, were charged, or heroically intervened, and they also get to have rerolling 1s for psychers if they are within range of another cult unit. in the psychic phase. So pretty good stuff we've got going on here. So that is going to be it for the movement phase. We'll come back to you with the psychic phase. All right, so first things first, my Magus is going to cast Mass Hypnosis onto his Dire Avengers over here. So he gets +2 to the roll because of the fact that there's 2 Psychers next to him, and I spent that CP to give him that extra strat there, which is pretty good. So now he's going to have +2 to this roll. That's going to go off on an 11. Would you like to try to deny that, sir? 1 second, we'll come back to you. All right, so my opponent's not going to try to deny that. So the Dire Avengers cannot fire Overwatch. They have to fight last in the fight phase and are -1 to hit. Next thing we're going to do is we are going to cast my opponent. Yeah, I'm going to cast Mind Control onto his Wave Serpent over here with the Magus, since I can do 2 powers with him. That's going to go off with 7, 8, 9. Would you like to try to deny that one? Here we go. Does not deny it with that 9. So you're going to re-roll that 4, though, because you can re-roll 1. No, so it's not going to be denied. So now I have 3d6 to get higher than his leadership. What's your leadership on that? 1 second, I'll figure that one. All right, so I need higher than 8. And I do get higher than 8, so now I will shoot with him. All right, so now he's going to fire everything into the Howling Banshees over there. So we're going to do the Top Gun first, so 8 shots hitting on 3s. That is all but 1 hit, which is pretty good. Strength 6, toughness 3, so 2s to wound. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 wounds. AP nothing here. So what's that say? 4 ups. Failing 4 of them. And then 3 shots with the what is it? Shuriken Cannon. So again, hitting on 3s. That is going to be all hits. Strength 6, so 2s to wound. That is going to be 2 wounds. The 6 is AP -3, and then this is going to be AP nothing. And he makes that one, so 1 of them still alive. And then my Patriarch here is going to give them Might from Beyond. That will go off. And then my Patriarch is my Warlord Patriarch is going to cast Mental Onslaught onto his Wave Serpent over there. That will not go. I can reroll 1s because of my trait. Oh no, I can't, because he's a Genestealer unit, does not gain the benefits of cult creeds because of that, so he just fails. And now my Keller Morph is going to start us off in the shooting phase. He's going to put all his shots into the Fire Dragons over here, so 6 shots hitting on 2s. That is going to be all hits, so another 6 shots because of that. That's going to be 1 miss there. These are going to be Strength 4, so looking for 3s to wound. That is going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 at AP -2. Oh no, AP minus. Ooh, 1 second. Sorry, AP -1. So it's going to be 4 up saves. Failing 2 of them. So 2 of them will be dead. And then my Dubros here are going to fire into his Howling Banshee. So I've got 13 auto pistol shots, hitting on 4s. Okay, and then Strength 3, so 4s to wound. So it's going to be 1, 2, 3, 4. AP nothing. Fails 1 of them. So, but she's still got 1 wound left. So now my Brood Brothers over here, 4 of them have line of sight and are going to fire into his Howling Banshee over here. And then the other 3 with las guns are going to fire into the guards here, the sergeants out of range. So we're going to do, and so are the flamers. So we're going to do the 4 into the Howling Banshee. That's going to be 1 hit. That's going to be no wound though. And then we got the 3 into the Dire Avengers. That's going to be 2 hits with 2 wounds and 2 saves. All right, so starting into the assault phase, my Patriarch here is going to charge into his Dire Avengers and the Wave Serpent. I have the Amulet of the Void Worm on him, so I ignore Overwatch. So here comes his charge distance. I need a 9-inch charge to get in. And on 11, he's in. And my other Patriarch is going to charge in as well. He will not make it in. My Aberrants here are going to charge into his Farseer and the other Dubros there. So the Farseer, does he have any shooting weapons?
I'm within 12.
He should be. Well, you have to be within 12 because I charged you. So. So here comes his Overwatch. Nope, no hit there. So now they're charge distance. They need an 8-inch charge because the Clamavis is over there with them. And they're in. And now my aberrants over here are going to charge into his Wave Serpent. So his Overwatch here coming from the Shuriken Cannon first. Hitting on 6s, nothing there. And then we've got the shots from the Top Gun, the Scatter Laser, that's the one I'm looking for. Getting 1 hit.
Congratulations, sir.
1 wound. What's the strength? 6, so that 3 is a wound. AP, nothing, so he's got a 5-up save, and he makes it. So they are going to have +1 to their charge because of the Clamavus, +1 to their charge because of the Abominant over there, giving him the field. I gave him the they're in the Anointed Throng detachment. I gave him the Field Commander Warlord trait there. So they are looking for a 7-inch charge. And they make it with a 7. And my Abominant's going to charge in. He needs a 7-inch charge as well. And he will make it. All right, so now these guys are going to charge into his Avatar of Cain, the Farseer, the Dire Avengers, and into the... actually, I'm going to ignore her. They're just going to charge into these guys over here. So, what are we going to do? We're going to do the Dire Avengers first. So, hitting on 5s, though, right? Because that's what they do. Come back to that. We got 7 hits from that. Strength 4, so 3s to wound. All right.
1 dead.
I don't want to get all over his mouth.
5 on your
5 saves from them. I forgot my dice. So there was 1 6, so there's 1 dead guy, plus these are 5-up saves.
You know what?
Making none of those, so 6 more dead. Alrighty, so they are now a little over 4 inches away. Oh, what's that? Oh, still got some more. So this is coming from who? Farseer.
Nope.
Does not hit.
And the Avatar.
And the Avatar. Nope. Does not hit as well. All right, so now they get to charge in over here. They are a little over 4 inches away there, so they have a 4-inch charge to get in. And they're in. All right, so we're going to start off with this squad that charged in here. We're going to go with the Rock Saws into... All the Rock Saws are going to go into his Avatar of Cain, and then the 2 other guys are going to go into the Dire Avengers. So we're going to go into the Avatar of Cain. They've got 2 attacks each, so that's going to be 10 attacks. These are going to be hitting on 2 because they're within 9 inches of my Primus, and I gave him the Warlord trait with the Brood Coven to have plus 3 inches to his auras. He also chose the Avatar of Cain as his preferred target, so they're going to be hitting on 2s, rerolling 1s because of their cult creed that I gave him with the special cult creed. They also have an icon, but it doesn't make a difference. They're going to be able to reroll 1s to hit, and then they are going to be wounding on 3s, rerolling 1s because of the preferred target there. So these are going to be 10 attacks, hitting on 2s. All right, rerolling those 2 1s. That's going to be all hits. Strength 8, toughness 6, so looking for 3s to wound. Rerolling 1s, no 1s there, but only 1, 2. That's not bad. So that's going to be 3, 6, 9 wounds there. AP minus 4. So 5-up invul saves. He's going to make a fair number of those. Wow. Okay. So you take 8 damage, and then you have 5-up feel no pains. Making 2 of them, so he takes 6 damage. And then my leader and the icon guy are going to attack into his Dire Avengers over there. 5 attacks between them, hitting on 2s. That's all hits. Wounding on 3s. Alrighty, no rerolls on this because they're not preferred. So it's going to be 2, AP minus 1, 5 up, failed, makes 1, fails 1, 5-up, feel no pain. And no save there. So 1 Dire Avenger will be dead. And then 2 attacks with the Cultist Knives. That's going to be rerolling 1s to hit because of the banner. Nope, no hit there. And that's not a wound. So now my Dubros over here, my Aberrants with the picks, are going to attack into his Dire Avengers. They're going to have 3 attacks each because of Might from Beyond. These are going to be hitting on 3s. And then these are going to be wounding on 2s because of the Might from Beyond. That is going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 wounds at AP minus 2. So 11 6-ups. Made a couple. That's pretty good. So he failed 4, 5, 6, 7. Failed 8. So that's going to be 8. So there's 2 left in that squad. We'll come back to you with the claw attacks now. And here come the claw attacks. These are going to be hitting on 3s. And here come the wounds. Wounding on 2s again. Getting 1, 2, 3, 4, 6s. AP minus 3 means it goes straight through, killing that squad. My Patriarch here is going to attack into his Wave Serpent there. He does have the Warlord trait Biomorph Adaptation, so he's going to have +1 strength and +1 attack, so he's going to have 7 attacks, hitting on 2s. All right, that's going to be all hits. Strength 7 now because of that. Wounding on 4s. Rerolling everything because of because of the monstrous rending claws. Okay, not meant to be on those. So that's going to be 4 total. These are going to be AP minus 6, and these are going to be AP minus 3. So what's the 6 up saves on the AP minus 3 ones? Failed both of those. So this is going to be flat 3 on each of those 6s, and then D3 for these ones, plus another 3. So 9, 10, 11 wounds total. And then you have a 6 up, feel no pain. 6 up, ignoring wounds. Ignored 1 of them, so he takes 10 damage. Left 3 left. And now my aberrants with the hammers are going to swing into his wave serpent over here. We're going to have 16 attacks over here, hitting on 4s. Okay. Wow, that was real bad. So we got 1 6 there. We had 3 hits. One of them was a 6, so that counts as 2 hits there. So that's going to be 4 hits. These are going to be strength times 2, so looking at strength 10, so 3s to wound. That is going to be 1 wound. AP minus 3. 6 up. No, so that's going to be a flat 3 damage. 6 up. Makes 1, so he takes 2. And now my Abominant is going to attack into him over there. 3 attacks. That is going to be 3 hits, including a 6, so that's going to be 4 hits. These are going to be strength times 2, so looking for 3s again. 2 of them. That's going to be AP minus 1 second. All right, so we got 6 up saves. Makes neither of those, so it's going to be 2d6 damage. That 2 counts as a 3, so it's 4, 5, 6, 7 damage over here. And he ignores 2 of them, taking 5 more. So now the Wave Serpent over here is going to attack back with his 1 attack. No. That is not going to be a hit. And then your Farseer will attack back into my Aberrants. That's going to be 1 hit. Strength.
Wounds on a 2.
Wounds on a 2, always wounds on a 2, so that's a wound. AP, nothing, so 5 up armor save. Nope, and then D3 damage. It's going to be 3 damage, which goes down to 2 damage. 5 up, ignoring wounds. I ignore 1 of them. So now his Dire Avengers are going to attack into my Acolytes over here. So his Dire Avengers, because they lost a guy, they are now +1 to hit and +1 to hit and to wound. So now he can get all but 2 guys into combat there. So we're going to do his Exarch first. His Warglaive hitting on 2s. That's wounding on
2s now because it's strength 4.
Strength 4, so yeah, wounding on 2s because of that.
-2.
AP -2 is going to go straight through. And then 6 other guys hitting on 2s. That's good. Wounding on 3s. That is going to be all 5 wounds there. So we have 5, whatchamacallit, 5 up saves, because no AP on those, right? And I make 2 of them, so 3 more dead. And now the Avatar is going to attack. That is going to be all but 1 hit. Wounded on 2s. That is -4, so that's the rest of the squad is wiped. And then he got bracketed over here, so D3 attacks. 2 attacks. No hits. And that will be it for the Genestealer Cult turn here on turn 2. Pretty good. Could have gone better, but it also could have gone much worse. I'm actually not too upset about that. But the score is still going to be 4-0 right now because my opponent scored 3 in his turn, and then I scored nothing in my turn, and he also had first strike, which I did not. So at the beginning of the Eldar turn here, he will control 1 objective, getting him another point there, but that is going to be it. So it's going to be 5-0 right now going into turn 3, and we'll come back to you after Eldar movement phase here on turn 3. Movement phase for the Eldar here on turn 3. His Fire Dragons moved up over here towards my Kellamorph, as did his Swooping Hawks. They advanced up towards him over this way. His Wave Serpent here fell back out of combat. His Avatar of Cain is moving up towards my Aberrants over here. These guys just shuffled around over here. In came his Striking Scorpions. His Crimson Hunter Exarch turned here, moved up, and then turned over there. His Banshee is moving up towards my Primus over there. His Warp Spiders deep struck in over here, 9 inches away from my Clamavis and my Abominant over this way. And then over on this side, his Wave Serpent fell back out of combat. His Autarch on a bike came up here, so he's closer to my Patriarch. And his big old squad of Guardians dropped in over here, closer to my Patriarch in case they can get the shots on him. Otherwise, they'll get some shots over here. So that's going to be it for the movement phase. We will come back to you with the Psychic phase. All right, so now his Farseer here is going to cast Executioner onto my Aberrants over here. So,
I want to make sure I wasn't closer.
oh yeah, make sure it wasn't close to there.
7.
So that's going to be looking for a 7. Goes off on a 9. I'm going to try to deny that with my Patriarch over here. Looking for a 10. Ooh, with a 9, so close. But no, that's going to go off, so it's D3. That's going to do 2 mortal wounds. 2 5-up ignoring wounds. Don't ignore any of them, so one guy is going to die, and then the other one goes there. But because of that, it does an additional D3 mortal wounds. 3 mortal wounds. 3 5-ups. Ignore 2 of them, but 1 goes through, which kills a guy. Does it go up, pop again? No. So that's going to be it. So 2 dead Aberrants. And now he is going to doom my other Aberrants over there with an 8. He's good. And now his Farseer here is going to smite. That will not go off with a 3, but he's going to re-roll it. Into a 6 will go off. I'm going to try to deny that. That will be denied with an 8. And then he's going to try to fortune who? Himself. On a 6 will not go off. So his Wave Serpent here is going to start us off in the shooting phase by firing into my Patriarch. Hitting on 5s, but no suffering penalty for movement because he has it. Reroll 1s because of the Autarch over here. Alrighty. That's 4 hits, which is pretty good. These are now going to be strength 6, so 3s. So that's going to be 2 wounds. AP, nothing. So he's going to be looking for 3-up saves because he gets +1 because of the Amulet of the Void Worm to his saves here. 3-up armor saves. And I make 1, fail 1. And now the Shuriken Cannon is going to fire into him.
No hits.
No hits there. Rerolling 1s. Nope, still no hit.
And then
now he's going to pop the Serpent Shield over here.
2 up. Nope.
2 up. No, does not go off. Now his Autarch is going to fire into my my Patriarch over here.
Here's his twin catapults.
Twin catapults.
2s rerolling.
2s rerolling. All right, that's going to be 4 hits. Strength 4, so 5s to wound. That's going to be 1 wound. AP, nothing there, so it's going to be looking for a 3-up save. Yeah, he's good. Woo! And now his Laser Lance. 2, that's a hit. Strength 6, so 3s to wound. That is a wound. AP -4, so he's going to have his 4-up invul save because of the +1 to his saves against range there. No, that's going to go through. 2 damage. And now his Guardians are going to fire the 2 big guns plus the whatchamacallits, the +10 of the other, or no, what did you say, 13? 13 of the other guys are going to fire into my Patriarch, and then 5 guys are going to fire into my Sanctus over here. So which ones do you want to start with first? We're going to do the 5 into my Sanctus first. So he's going to be hitting on 3s. Pretty good. And then these are going to be strength 4. So looking for 3s to wound. That is going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. AP, nothing. So 5-up saves because it does not get the benefit of cover since that's what he ignores it with his specific craft world that he created. Making 2 of them takes 3 wounds. And now we got the 13 guys into my Patriarch over here, hitting on 3s. And then wounding on 5s.
Just a little degree.
So we have 4 invul saves and 2 armor saves. So we're going to do the invul saves first, looking for 4-ups. And I make 2 of them. So it's going to be 2 wounds there. And then I've got 2 3-up armor saves. Come on, buddy, you could do this. And I make both of them. Now we have the Shuriken Cannon. This is an assault weapon, so it doesn't suffer any penalty there. So that's 2 hits. Strength 6, so 3s to wound. No wounds. All right, now the Star Cannon is going to fire, hitting on 4s though because it moved. That's going to be 1 hit. That is not a wound. My opponent's going to spend a CP to reroll that one. Into a 3, that is a wound. So I'm looking for a 4-up invul save. Otherwise, he is dead. Yeah, with the fill phase. Woo! The Banshee is going to throw a plasma grenade into him.
D6.
D6 shots, 6 shots. He's going to be hitting on 3s. Okie dokie.
1.
What are you, me?
Wounding on a 3.
Wound on a 3. That is a wound though. AP -1, so I'm looking for a 4-up save. A 6-up save, I believe. 1 second. Sorry, 6-up save, yeah. So he failed that. And now the Swooping Hawks here are going to fire into my Aberrants. This is going to be the first half. Hitting on 3s. Wounded on 5s, but re-rolling because of Doom. Re-rolling. And here comes the other half here.
Again.
Wounded on 5s. Rerolling.
Oh yeah, he's stressed.
And then we've got the X-Arc here. He's is a strength 5 gun, so that's why he has to roll it separately. Hitting on 3s, that's all hits. Wounding on 3s, that is going to be rerolling. So it's going to be 3 more wounds. So that's going to be 20 wounds over there. 5 up armor saves. And then we have 5 up ignoring wounds. So we have 4.5 dead guys. And now the Wave Serpent's going to fire into them as well. So we're going to do the top gun first, hitting on 4s because he's bracketed. Alrighty, and then wounding on strength 6, so wounding on 3s. That is going to be re-rolling because of Doom. So that's going to be 4 wounds there. No AP, so 4 or 5 ups. Making none of those, then 5 up ignoring wounds. Ignored 1 of them, so 2 more guys are dead. And then the Shuriken Cannon. That's going to be 1 hit. That's going to be 1 wound. That's a save. And he's going to pop his Serpent Shield. That does go off. D3 mortal wounds. 2 mortal wounds. Ignoring 1 of them. And now the Avatar of Cain is going to fire into them as well.
So this guy shot.
So what's he got?
This guy is going to take a shot.
Mel's going to no hit. And now his flyer is going to fire into my Aberrants over here.
Pulse laser.
Pulse laser.
Hull breach.
Both hit.
Both hit there.
Strength 8. So
Strength 8. So looking for 2 wounds. Sorry. So that's 2 wounds. AP.
-3, 3 damage.
-3, 3 damage, which becomes 2 damage. So it's going to be a total of 4 damage coming through there.
2 at a time.
2 at a time. Oh, it's because it's 2 damage. That's right. So 2 at a time here. So 5 up, ignoring wounds. Ignored 1, so that's still a dead guy. And then the other one. Dead guy. That's the wipe squad. And now his Dire Avenger squad is going to fire. 3 of them are closer to my Abominant than they are to my Aberrants over here. And then 1 guy is closer to my Primus up there than he is to the Aberrants over here. So we're going to do the 3 into the Abominant first, right?
Hitting on 2s, hitting the Avenging Strike.
Hitting on 2s because of the fact that they lost the guy there with their special ability there. All right, these are now strength
4.
4, so I think he's tough 5. Oh no, 1 second. All right, so they're going to be strength 4, toughness 5. So they would be wounding on 5s, but because they're +1 to wound, they're actually going to be wounding on 4s again. These are going to be looking for 5s and 6s though to be AP -3. So that's going to be 3 5s and 6s, which is what he needed. So that's going to be 3 AP -3. So that's going to ignore. Yeah, that's going to ignore his cover there. These are now going to be, or ignores his cover, but also ignores his armor there. So this is going to be looking for 5 up, ignoring wounds. Ignoring 2 of them, he takes 1. And then the 1 guy into the Primus over there. It's going to be 2 hits.
Wounding on 2s now.
Wounding on 2s, that's 2 wounds, but no AP on those. And 5 up saves make 1. His Farseer is going to fire a pistol on a 3, that is a hit.
Wounds on a 4.
Wounds on a 4, so that's a wound. AP, nothing, so 5 up save. Makes it. And now the 2 Melta Bros here are going to fire into me over here. So the regular guy first. That's a hit. And then the boss there, that's going to be 2 hits. Wounding on 2s. That is 2 wounds. I've got a 5 up invul save on him. He's like the only one of the few characters in the game of the Genestealer Cult that have an invul save. 5 ups. Oh, and I make them both. Woo! So now his Warp Spiders are going to fire. 4 of them are going to fire into my Abominant here, and then 5 are going to fire into here, including the X-Arcus, so it's going to be like 6 guns they're attacking. So which one do we do first? The 4 guys are going to go into him.
Hitting on 3s, but re-rolling.
Hitting on 3s, re-rolling though, because they just surprise assault, which is their special rule that he gave them there. Pretty good. These are strength 6, so looking for 3s to wound.
Those 2 are -4.
2 are -4.
And these are no AP.
And then 5 that are no AP. So there's 5 that are no AP, looking for 5 up saves. Making 3 of them. And then that's going to be, so 4, it's just 1 wound apiece. 4, 5 up, ignoring wounds. I ignore 2 of them, so I take 2 wounds. And then the 5 guys into my Clamavis over here. Re-rolling their hits because they just deep struck in. Pretty good. These are now strength 6, you said? So these are wounded on 2s.
There's a lot of that now.
Wounded on 2s.
3 at -4.
3 at -4, so he's going to take 3 wounds.
And 5 other.
And then 5 other saves. If I fail any of these 5 ups, he's dead. He is, ooh, just but dead. Now into the assault phase. His striking scorpions are going to charge into my aberrants over there. Needed a 9-inch charge, but can re-roll because of the avatar. Just going to spend a CP to re-roll that 2 into a 2. Nothing there. And then the Banshee is going to charge in there. Cannot overwatch. She is going to be in. And now his avatar here is going to charge into my aberrant, my abominant. Needs a 9-inch charge. Does not make it, but he can re-roll because of himself. Does not make it. So now the autarch here is going to charge into my patriarch. I have no overwatch. He's in. All right, so into the fight phase. I should mention I did heroically intervene with my Kellermorph into his fire dragons over there. So now we're going to go over here. His exarch is going to attack into my dude bro. Re-rolling because of himself. So that's going to be 4 hits. What's the strength? Strength 6. So looking for 3s to wound. That's going to be 3 wounds. AP minus 4, so I've got my 5-up invul save because the +1 is only against ranged weapons. Can I make 3 5+s, or is he dead? Let's find out. No, he made none of them, so he is definitely dead, and that is Slay the Warlord. And now the Banshee will attack into my Primus over here. 3 attacks. That is going to be all hits. Strength 4, so looking for 3s to wound. That's 2 wounds. At AP minus 3, you're going to go. AP minus 2 is still going to go straight through. Minus 3 is still going to go straight through. D3 damages. Ooh! Going to spend a command point. His last command point here. Oh! Back into a 1. Ooh, rough. Now my opponent's going to activate his Farseer over here into my aberrants. It's going to be 2 hits. Wounding on 2s because he always wounds on 2s. That's 2 wounds. No AP, so 5-up armor saves. Making 1, failing 1. D3 damage. 1 damage, 5-up, ignoring wounds, and I ignore it with a fill phase. And now my Kellermorph is going to attack. He's going to have 4 attacks with his cultist knife over here, hitting on 3s. That is going to be 3 hits, wounding on 4s. That is going to be 3 wounds, 3 regular saves. No, 3 2s, so they are dead. And now my aberrants are going to attack into his Farseer here. They're going to have 3 attacks each because of Might from Beyond still with the picks first. Hitting on 3s, and then wounding on 2s. That is going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 at AP minus 2. 4-up invul saves. Fails 2 of them, so that's going to be 2 D3 damage. That's going to be 4 damage. 1 left. And then we have the pick attacks over here. Hitting on 3s as well. And then these are going to be, again, strength 6, so wounding on 2s. You got a 4-up invul save, right? Yeah, he is dead. And my Primus is going to attack back over here. He's got 4 attacks hitting on 2s. That's going to be 3 hits. Wounding on 2s with the Toxin Injector Claw. That 6 is going to be AP minus, so we got 2 that are at AP minus 1, and then you got 1 that's AP minus 4. So the 2 AP minus 1s, 5 ups makes 1 of them, so that's going to be 2 Feel No Pains. Makes both of them alive! So the 5-up Feel No Pain is, instead of the -1 to hit, she take that as her special power, so she's got that one. Since she's still alive and is the Exarch, so good to go. All right, so that is going to be it for the Eldar turn here on turn 3. We have at the beginning no morale tests need to be taken here. So then we do have at the beginning of the round for the Genestealer Cult, I control 1 objective, I control 2 objectives, and I control 3 objectives, giving me 3 points. So it is currently 3 to 6 since my opponent got Slay the Warlord. So we will come back to you after movement phase for the Genestealer Cult here on turn 3. All right, movement phase for the Genestealer Cult. My Kellermorph stayed still over there. My Abominant healed back 2 wounds and then moved up towards the Avatar of Cain over this way. My Clamavis advanced up onto the objective over here. These guys stayed in combat over here. He advanced, rolled a 1, so he just moved up over here. This squad kind of moved up around where they could get to. My Magus moved up over this way, and then my Sanctus also moved up over this way. So that's going to be it for the movement phase. We'll come back to you with the psychic phase. So we're going to start off with my Magus casting Mass Hypnosis onto his Guardian squad over there. I get to reroll 1s because of my Cult Creed that I chose there. Into a 5 plus 1, so that is going to go off with an 8. And then he's going to cast Smite, which is going to go into the Wave Serpent over there. That will go off on an 8. So D3 mortal wounds. 1 mortal wound. And then my Patriarch here is going to cast Mental Onslaught onto his Wave Serpent there. That will not go off with a 7. I'm a liar, that did go off. So we do have the, so now we have a roll off with, oh, he's try to deny it. My bad. He's going to try to deny that one. Does ignore that with a 10, so good job. So now my Kellermorph is going to start us off in the shooting phase, firing into the Swooping Hawks. We're going to go with his first shots here, hitting on 2s. That's going to be 2 misses, so we get an additional 4 shots. Getting all hits there. So these are now going to be Strength 4, Toughness 3, 3s to wound. That is going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 at AP -1. 5 saves, makes 3 of them, so 4 will be dead. And now my Brood Brothers here are going to fire. These 2 guys plus this one las gun guy are going to fire into his Wave Serpent, and then everyone else is going to fire into the Guardian. So we're going to go with the Flamers first. So 2d6 auto hits. That's going to be 4 auto hits, Strength 4, so looking for 5s to wound. That is going to be 1 wound. That's a save. 2 shots with the las gun. 1 hit. No wound. And then 12 last shots into the Guardians over there. Hitting on 4s. Okie dokie. Wounding on 4s. That is going to be 1 wound.
Put it on the star cannon.
Put it on the star cannon over there.
3 up.
That is good. And my Primus is going to fire his needle pistol. That is not a hit with the 1. All right, so that's going to be it for the shooting phase. Into the assault phase, my Sanctus is going to charge into his Dude Bros there. Cannot Overwatch because of mass hypnosis. On an 8, he will be in. My Brood Brothers are also going to charge into them. On a 6, I don't think is going to be enough to get in. And now my Patriarch is going to charge into the Wave Serpent and into his Autarch here. So Overwatch from the Wave Serpent on 6s. Getting a hit. Rerolling once because of the Autarch. Getting 2 hits. Pretty good there. Strength 6. So looking for 3s to wound. 1 wound. Not a save. And then the cannon, right? No hits there. So his charge distance is definitely in. And now the Abominant is going to charge into his Avatar of Cain. So he's got 1 shot with his Overwatch here. That is not a hit. So his charge distance is definitely in. All right, so into the fight phase, we're going to start with my Patriarch here attacking. He's going to put 5 attacks into his Autarch on a bike, and he's going to put 1 attack into the Wave Serpent. So the Autarch is -1 to hit because of his Warlord trait, right? And so he's going to be hitting because of the relic, sorry. And he's going to be, so I'm going to be hitting on 3s. No, I'm not +1. Oh, wait, 1 second. Yeah, those 3 1s don't hit, but that 2 does hit. So that's going to be 3 hits into him over here. Or no, it was just 2 hits. Oh, 1 second. Yeah, my bad. It was the 3 misses, so it's only 2 hits in there. But he is going to be strength 6, so looking for 4s to wound. Oh, tough 4. 3s to wound. Re-rolling because of Monstrous Rending Claws. So no, but that's going to be AP -4. I mean -6, I should say, 4 up invul save. He makes it. And then the 1 attack into his Wave Serpent there. That is a hit. That is a wound with a 6. That's going to go straight through his armor, right? So he's got straight 3 damage. 2 6-ups to survive. No, he will be dead. Does he explode? On a 5, he does not. And now my Abominant is going to attack into his Avatar of Cain over there. 3 attacks. That is going to be 2 hits. These are going to be wounding. What's his toughness? 6? So he's looking for, he's going to have, oh, 1 second. Yeah, wounding on 2s. So that's going to be 2 wounds. And these are going to be AP -3.
Both go through.
Both go through. D6 damage. That's going to be 5 plus 3, so 8 damage into him here. Feel no pains. No, he is dead. And now my Sanctus over here, he is going to have, he has the Swift Dagger, so he has the special Relic Dagger. He is going to attack into his Guardian squad over here. He's going to have 5 attacks with that dagger because he gets +1 attack with the dagger. Hitting on 2s. That's going to be 4 hits. These are going to be always wounding on 2s. So that's going to be 4 wounds at AP -2 into your Guardians over here. 4 of them. AP -2 into the Guardians.
Put it into the platforms.
Gonna put it into the platforms over here.
5 up saves.
5 up saves, so it makes 2. So it's going to be 2 damage apiece. So that's going to kill the platforms. All right, so now my aberrants are going to attack into his autarch over here. So we're going to have 12 attacks over here. These are going to be hitting, though, on 4s because he is -1 to hit because of his relic.
You know, I should have shot from...
Strength 5, toughness 4, so wounding on 3s. All right, that is real good. That is going to be 4, 8, 9 wounds there. AP -2, so he's at his 4-up invul save. So failed, how many of those? Failed 5 of them, so that's going to be 5 D3 damage. That's going to be 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 wounds. We have 10, how many? 6 up feel no pains. Making
Make 4 and I'm still
makes 4 of them, so
warlord
still alive because of his warlord trait with 1 wound left. And now the claw attacks get to go in there, hitting on 4s again because he's -1 to hit still. Pretty good there. Not quite as good as the picks, but that's fine. These are now going to be wounding on 3s. That is going to be 1. So you got 2 that are at AP -4. Oh, it doesn't make a difference. 4 up invul saves is the best. So 4 up invul saves. Oh, fails the 1. That's just 1 damage. No! Isn't it a 6 up? Oh, yeah, so he is dead. Oh, man. That was real close. Oh, and that is Slay the Warlord. And now his Banshee is going to attack into my Primus over here, this never-ending battle. Getting 1 hit.
3 to wound.
3 to wound. Oh, that is a wound. AP minus 2, so he's going to go straight through. He is dead. And then over here, focus, the Dire Avengers that I consolidated into, 5 of them can get an attack in over there. So these are going to be hitting on 2s because they've lost the 1 guy. So that's going to be 3 hits. Strength
3, but wounding
3,
on 4s.
wounding on 4s because of the +1 to wound. Nothing there. And then we've got the Exarch over here. That's going to be 2 hits.
4s again.
4s again. No, 1 wound there. AP -2, so that's going to go straight through. Damage is what? Just 1, so 5 up, ignoring wounds. No, I do not ignore it. So he's down to 3.
4s.
And then the Guardians over here, we got 10 that are in range hits, hitting on 3s. Pretty good there. And then wounding on 4s. That is going to be 4 wounds there. No AP on these, right? So 4 5-up saves. No, he is dead. All right, so that's going to be it for the Genestealer Cult turn here on turn 3. We do have some morale tests here. They lost 4 guys, so 4 plus 6. They lose 2 more guys to morale over there. And then over here, his Guardians lost 2. Their leadership is 7. And a 5, they're good to go. So that is going to be it for the Genestealer Cult turn here. We'll come back to you after movement phase. Oh, at the beginning of the turn, my opponent controls 1 objective, getting in 1 more point. So that gives you 7 to my 4 now is Slay the Warlord. So pretty good. So we'll come back to you after his movement phase. Movement phase for the Eldar here on turn 4. His flyer here. Vector danced again back over this direction, looking on my poor characters that are over here. Poor characters. You should feel so sorry for them. And then his dude bros over here jumped back over here onto the objective. He shimmied up onto this objective over here. These guys rolled, and they rolled to be able to, what's it called? Their warp jump. And they rolled, and they could have moved 26 inches, but it would have been out of range to shoot, so he elected to keep them back so he could keep them safe. These guys stayed in combat. The, whatchamacallit, her face, the Banshee, advanced up over towards them over here. The striking Scorpions moved up towards these guys, and the Guardians all moved up over this way, looking to murderate all the stuff over in this direction. So that is going to be it for the movement phase. We'll come back to you with the psychic phase. First things first, he's going to smite into my Abominant over there. That's not going to go off on a 3, re-rolling. Into a 5. I'm going to try to deny that. And I do with a 6. And now he's going to cast Executioner. That will not go off on a 3. And now the Swooping Hawks are going to fire into my Kellermorph over here. These are going to be hitting on 3s. That is going to be 1 miss, or 2 misses there. Not bad. And then these are going to be Strength 3, so looking for 4s to wound. All right, that's going to be a bunch of wounds there. Ooh, that is going to be 6, 7, 8 wounds. And then we got the Exarch, so we'll do his as well.
Everything.
That's going to be all hits. Looking for 3s to wound. That is going to be 1 wound there. So it's going to be a total of 9 wounds. AP nothing. So these are looking for 5-up saves. 1, 2, 3. Ooh, that's it. He's still alive with 1 wound left. And now his Wave Serpent here is going to fire everything into my Killer Morph. So he's going to fire, hitting on 5s because he moved and he's not the closest. So that is nothing there. And then you've got the cannon, right?
3 or 4.
Hitting on 4s because it doesn't matter if you move with that. Strength 6, so 2s to wound. That is 2 wounds. That 6 is 6. He does have an invul save. So we got the 1 5-up invul save. Makes that one, and then the what's the other one? No AP on this one, so 5-up as well. No, and with that, he is finally dead. Ooh, he did. Ooh. Oh man, he was giving my opponent conniptions over there. Ooh man. And then he's gonna fire everything into the aberrants over here. So we got the 2 pulse lasers. That is gonna be 2 hits. Strength 8, so 2s to wound. That is 2 wounds. -4 flat 3, which goes down to flat. Wait, -3 flat 3, so down to 2. These are going to be 5-up ignoring wounds because it goes straight through their armor. So 1 at a time. So 1 ignored 1, and the next one ignored 1, but that's not enough to save him. And then the Bright Lance is firing. It's going to be 2 hits. 2s to wound. That's 1 wound. AP -4, D6 damage. Going to be 4 damage down to 3 damage. And I ignored none of them, so that's another guy dead. And now the Striking Scorpions are going to fire into them. These are the pistols. Oh, that's just everything, so everything's firing in there. And then strength what? 4, so looking for 4s to wound. That is going to be 2.
3 and 1 no AP.
1 -3 and 1 no AP, so the no AP does not save, so that's going to be 2 5-up ignoring wounds. Ignored 1. And now his Guardians here are going to fire. 5 of them have to fire into my Brood Brother squad. The other 15 are going to fire into my my Patriarch over here. So we're going to do which ones first?
The 10 shots.
The 10 shots into the Brood Brother squad. Alrighty, and these are going to be strength 4, so 3s to wound. That is going to be 2 wounds. And I make 1, fail 1. And then we have 30 shots coming into my Patriarch over here.
20.
All right, so that was 15 hits on the first on these first 20 shots. So these are going to be wounding on 5s. Strength 4, right?
Yep.
All right, so there were 2 6s and 1 regular save in there. So now we're going to have the other 10 shots coming in, hitting on 3, pretty good there. And again, wounding on 5s. Ooh, that's better. So that's going to be 3 more invul saves, but no other armor saves. So we've got a total of 5.
I only did 1 6 on the first match.
Only once? I thought you had 2. No, I thought it was 2.
2 5s and 1 6.
I thought it was no. I thought it was 2 6s and 1 5. No. Oh, so it's okay. So it was 4 invul saves. Sorry, my opponent said he had 1 6 on the first one. So it's going to be 4 invul saves of 5-ups. I make 1 of those, so I'm down to 2 wounds left, and then I've got 2 4-up armor saves. And I make 1 with the fill face. That's enough to keep him alive with 1 wound left. All right, that's it for the shooting phase. Into the assault phase, the Guardian is going to charge into my Patriarch. No Overwatch because he doesn't have anything to shoot with. 3 inches might be enough. Barely by the skin of their teeth do they make it in. Woo! Striking Scorpions are going to charge into both my squads over here. On a 5 inches, should get him in. And the Banshee is going to charge into my Abominant. He gets +3 to this charge. 7 inches, she's definitely in. And then the Farseer is going to try to charge in. Has to go all the way around though. Not going to make it with a 3. All right, so now his Striking Scorpions are going to use their Manda Blasters. When they charge in, they choose 1 unit that is within 6 inches, within 1 inch of them, and then they can give, but then you roll a d6 for every model in the squad, and on a 6 it does a mortal wound. So we're going to go into my Patriarch here is what he's going to choose. Does get that 6, he is dead. So now the Scorpions are going to start instead of in the fight phase into my Aberrants over here. So we got 10 attacks from the regular bros. Hitting on 3s. Not bad. He's going to be wounding on strength 4, so 4s to wound. That's going to be 3 wounds over there. AP nothing. So 5-up armor saves. Make 1 of those, and then 5-up ignoring wounds. Make 1 of those, so 1 guy is dead. And now the Sergeant's going to attack in with his Power Fist here. That's going to be hitting on 3s, wounding on 2s, right?
Yeah, because strength 10.
Yeah, strength 10. That is going to be a wound, AP -3, so D3 damage. 2 damage, so it becomes 1. And I feel it. And now the Banshee's going to attack into my Abominant over there. That's going to be no hits. And now the Dire Avengers are going to attack into my Abominant over there.
Hitting on 2s.
Hitting on 2s because they've lost that one guy pretty good.
Wounding on 4s now.
Strength 3. Yeah, so wounding on 4s.
2,
Right.
3.
3 wounds there. AP nothing, so 5 up armor save. Making 2 of those and 5 up ignoring wounds. No, he feels it. And then the glaive from the Exarch. It's gonna be 2 hits.
And this will be 4s again.
4s again, so that's 1. -2, so it's gonna go straight through 1 damage. So feel no pain. No, he felt it.
Very
All right, so now my aberrants are gonna strike back at his striking scorpions. 6 attacks with the power picks, hitting on. He's gonna be hitting on 3s. Okie dokie. These are gonna be wounding on strength 5, so 3s. That is going to be 4 wounds at AP -2. 5 ups. Makes 2 of them, fails 2 of them. That's going to be D3 damage, so just going to take 2 regular guys. And then with the rending claws. Hitting on 3s. Wounding on 3s. All right, so these 2 6s are going to be AP -4, and this is going to be AP -1.
AP1.
So the AP -1 is 4 up. Makes that one, and then so just 2 more wounds go on to them. And now the Abominant is going to attack into his Dire Avenger squad there. 3 attacks. Going to get 1 hit. Squishing on a 2. That's a wound. 5 up invul save. No, that's going to be a dead guy. All right, so that's going to be the end of the Eldar turn here. I do have a leadership over here. I lost 3 guys. 3 plus 3 is 6. They're good to go. And then you lost how many from the 3 guys from the striking scorpions? 3 guys from the striking scorpions there. So 3 plus 2 is good to go as well. So that's going to be it for the Eldar turn here. At the beginning of the Dark Angels turn here on turn the Dark Angels Genestealer Cult turn here on turn 4. I control 1 objective, and that is going to be it. So I'm going to be at 5 to 8 right now. So we will come back to you after movement phase for the Genestealer Cult here on turn 4. All right, movement phase for the Genestealer Cult here on turn 4. My Brood Brothers moved up over around here. My Magus stood still. My Aberrants stayed in combat. My Climbus moved up, so he's within 6 of the Exarch here. And then my Abominant stayed in combat over there. So that's going to be it for the movement phase into the Psychic phase. Mass Hypnosis over here starting us off. On an 8, it goes off, and then he's going to cast Smite into them as well. That is going to go off on an 11, so that's going to be D6 mortal wounds. 5 mortal wounds, killer. Into the shooting phase at the start of it, he's within 6 inches of him, so on a 6, he takes a mortal wound. Nope, no mortal wound. And then everything's firing in over here, so we got the Flamers. That's going to be 11 hits. And these are going to be wounding on 3s. That is going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 wounds. 5 ups. Making 2 of them, so that means 5 more dead. And then 13 las gunshots over here, including the pistol from the leader there. Okay. And then wounding on 4s. That is going to be 2 wounds. 1 save. So into the fight phase, my guys here are going to charge in. They cannot overwatch because of mass hypnosis. 3 inches will get them in. So now into the fight phase. They're going to have their Manda Blaster again over here. So we've got 3 guys left in that squad. No mortal wounds there. So now my Brood Brothers, since they charged, will go first. They are going to be attacking here. There's going to be 8 regular guys plus the Sergeant giving 3 more attacks. 11 attacks here, hitting on 4s. That's pretty good. Actually, that's really good. These are now going to be wounding on 4s. That is 1, 2, 3 wounds. Makes 2 saves. And then my Aberrants are going to attack into his striking scorpions. 6 attacks with the picks. So that's going to be 4 hits. That is 3 wounds at AP -2. 5 ups. Making none of them, so they are dead. And now the Banshee's going to attack into my Abominant over there. That's going to be 3 hits. There you go. 5s to wound. 1 wound.
-3.
AP -3 is going to go straight through. D3 damage. It's going to do 1 damage. And I ignore it. And then he's going to put his attacks into the Dire Avengers over there. 3 attacks. That is going to be 2 hits. 1 wound. He's just squished. And now 6 regular Dire Avenger dudes are attacking into me over here, hitting on 2s because of the +1 to hit, which is good. 4s to wound because of the +1 to wound as well. So that's 3 wounds over there. No AP, so 3 5-ups. Oh, 5-up feel no pains. I need to make 1 to stay alive. Oh, with the fill face, he's just alive. And now the Exarch gets to attack in. It's 2 hits. 4s to wound. Ooh, no wound. All right, so that is going to be it for... Oh, no, he has an attack. I don't know what I'm talking about over here. I'm like blabbering out my mouth over there. So we've got, what is that, 8 attacks that are coming in over here. So these 8 attacks are hitting on -1 to hit. So hitting on 4s because of that. And then these are going to be wounding on 4s. No wounds there. So, now that's it. Now that's the end of the Dark... I almost said it again. The Genestealer Cult turn here. So we do have a morale test to take here. They lost a lot of guys. They lost 12 guys there, so they're going to have 12...
D6 plus 5.
D6 plus 5. 4 plus 9. That's it. That's the squad is wiped over there. That's pretty brutal. So that is going to be it for the Genestealer Cult turn here, and we're actually going to call here because at this point I can't bring back, since he's sitting on those 2 objectives I can't even get to over there. It's just nigh impossible for me to like work my way through here. He's just going to smite him and just beat him. He'll eventually go down over here. It's just going to go downhill. There's nothing I can do to scrabble it back, but the fact that I even got it this far back after those first 2 rounds is pretty good. I'll take that any day of the week. So, a ton of fun. I didn't get to show all of the fun things I wanted to show with my Genestealer Cult because my opponent was a meanie poo pants and decided to kill all my units before I could use anything. And I also ran out of CP. So, but it was still a ton of fun. I think there's a lot of potential. I think now, having used these things and seen what they could possibly do, I feel like there's more potential than I initially thought with looking at it, because I don't think there's anything that super wows in the Psychic Awakening book for the Genestealer Cult, but I think there are some things that can really help you and boost you. The fact that the Magus can do the two psychic powers per turn is pretty sweet. You can pile that on with a familiar, get 3 psychic phases, 3 psychic powers to go in there per turn, which is pretty cool. I just think that there's definitely some potential in what they have here for what they can do, and getting the pluses to the casting with all that. I think that alone, that stratagem alone with the Magus is going to be super, super useful. So I hope you guys have all enjoyed this. I certainly have. I have been Phil the Glacial Geek, as always. My opponent's been Kyle. And until next time, have fun. Oh, you know what? You just...